So if I was a new Uber driver, if I had to start all over again, if we taking this all the way back to 2020, March of 2020, when I started, right during the pandemic, when everything was shut down, and you see these streets was empty. There wasn't nobody driving out here during that time. Well, I mean, it was the beginning of the pandemic, but yeah, it was empty. There wasn't nobody out here. If I could go back, if I was a new Uber driver and I had to start all over again, if I was back then, in other words, the first thing that I would want to know, first thing that I would hope somebody would tell me is, make sure you get a dang mount, a phone mount. Look, to this day, every time I take an Uber, I see a lot of people having the phone in their hand. And it's like, bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, that's crazy. Like, what do you think this is? Like, you got the phone in your hand? Like, you gotta know that that's not safe. You gotta know that that's illegal. Like, you just gotta know. To this day, I still, whenever I take Ubers, I'm paying attention to that. Now, I mean, I will say a lot of people, there's some that do, but a lot of them don't. And I mean, a lot of them put the little phone mount on the window, and it's like, bro, come on, man. You got the phone like in the middle of your window. Like, how you gonna? I can tell you can't see nothing else. Cause you got the phone like right in the middle of your view. But, you know, at least they got a phone mount. If you're a new Uber driver, you need a phone mount. Can I just tell you that? You need a phone mount. And what a lot of people aren't talking about, you need a dash cam. These are the two things that you should start off having. A phone mount, because trying to hold your phone and drive is crazy. You need two hands on the wheel. You need two hands available should something happen. Because as a new Uber driver, let me just tell you what you got to deal with. You got to deal with the traffic, which is obvious. You know, you got to deal with navigating traffic. People not knowing how to drive. People making random turns in the street. People stopping in front of you. You got to deal with traffic. If you down here in South Florida, people do whatever they want. Traffic rules don't matter. Don't nobody know what driver's ed is. Because I think they just pay people to get their driver's license. Because, listen, some of the stuff that they be doing, y'all know, I'll give you a little small example. Y'all know, at least in driver's ed, on the highway, the left lane is supposed to be the fast lane. The rightmost lane is supposed to be the slow lane. Down here, you on that highway, if you on I-95, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If you in that right lane, in the slow lane, and you not going 80, 90 miles an hour, you're going to get a real wake-up call. And it's probably going to be a grandma. Grandma going to be riding on your tail, honking and flashing you, calling you every name in the book because you driving slow in the supposed slow lane. Yeah, listen, you got to be able to navigate traffic. So you need a phone mount. And then a dash cam, because you dealing with people. People do crazy stuff. And if you're a new Uber driver, you're most likely dealing, you dealing with X. I'm sorry. X is like a box of chocolates. Can you make money off of X? Yes. I made the most money I've ever made my $2,000 weeks, my $2,500 weeks when I was just solely doing Uber, I did it mostly on X. Because X has the volume. Everybody orders Uber X. When you open up the app, usually to order a ride is usually on X. People don't care. X is the cheapest platform. So as a new Uber driver, most likely you're going to be starting off on the X platform. So the other problem with that, even though it's the best, I'm not saying it's the best, it's the most volume, you're going to deal with all types of people. And I like to tell everybody, if you could deal with X passengers, then you could deal with any other platform. Comfort Electric, Premier, because X is like a box of chocolate. That's the analogy that I always use when I describe Uber X, because you don't know what you're going to get. You might get a passenger that's like, hey, listen, I'm late. And it's like, okay. So what does that mean to me? Or you're going to get the passenger just like, shut up and drive. Or you're going to get the passenger that's like, hey, listen, can you turn the AC off? And it's like 90 degrees outside. Or you're going to get the passenger that's like, hey, it's so hot in this car. And it's like, you got the AC on 67. It just happens. You're going to get the passenger that's like, hey, can you turn the music off? And then they're going to talk on their phone on speakerphone. Yeah, bro, what's good? And it's like, you in the back seat of a car with the windows up. It's X. X, you going to get everything. You're going to get everything. So you got to be able to deal with the customers. And sometimes they will report you falsely because they want free rides. That's just a thing. So you want a dash cam to be able to prove your innocence should they say something that's not true. You want to always be able to prove your innocence. Trust me, the dash cam is super important. Very important. If you don't have one, you can hit the link below. That is my Amazon link. I do get a little bit of commission. I mean, that's just the one that I recommend. But honestly, you can go to Walmart. You go on Amazon, obviously. Just get you a dash cam. But you want a dash cam. You want the 3-in-1. You want one that records outside of your car. So the front, that's one angle. You want something that records inside of your car so you can get the voices. Because, people going to say crazy stuff to you. And then you want something that records the back of your car. Now, obviously, I have a Tesla. So, because I have a Tesla, I already have a built-in dash cam. So, for me, I only use the inside camera. Because that's really what matters. The Tesla covers everything else. But, if you don't got a Tesla, you don't got, or your car doesn't have that dash cam, then yes, you definitely want to have a dash cam. Because if you're a new Uber driver, people will lie on you. And they don't care because it's a free ride. It's a free ride. The second thing that you should know as a new Uber driver, let me just tell you, you're going to have to work. If you think that this is going to be, you're going to make $1 million off of Uber, and you only going to put in 2 hours, I don't know who lied to you. I know you didn't get that from my videos. Yeah. I don't know who lied to you. Because you're not going to make no money. You're going to have to work. Uber is a job just like anything else. And if you really going to get on this platform, you got to understand that you're going to have to work. I recommend, if you're going to be full-time, at least put in full-time hours. By putting in full-time hours, I at least make $1,000 a week. You want to make more than that? You are enamored by the $200, $300, $400, $500 days, you're going to have to work more than hours. I'm sorry, not sorry. Uber is your business. Ain't nobody gonna tell you what hours to work. Ain't nobody gonna tell you you're working too many. Ain't nobody gonna tell you, hey, you gotta clock out. Hey, the only time they'll tell you is if you work 12 hours in a day. Because it's a state law, you can't work more than 12 hours on the app. But outside of that, nobody cares how many hours you work. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares about your bills. Nobody cares. So if you're a new Uber driver, you need to make money, you need to put in the time. You gotta be lazy. You gotta be not lazy. I don't know why I say you gotta be lazy. You can't be lazy if you're gonna make money. Your bank account will reflect how many hours you put in on the app. I'm just telling you. You gotta be willing to put in the hours, at least 40 hours to make $1,000. You wanna make $2,000? Guess what? You're gonna have to put in 80 hours. Especially if you're a new Uber driver, it's just what it is. But is it possible? Yes, it's absolutely possible. But I'm gonna tell you what is not possible. It is not possible to make $2,000 consistently in 3 hours on Uber. It's just not possible. I'm sorry. It's not possible. So don't let nobody lie to you. Don't let nobody tell you any different. It's just not possible. It's not gonna happen, okay? I'm not even gonna give you that false hope. So if you're a new Uber driver, first and foremost, you need a dash cam and a phone mount. Get those things because that's how you provide safe rides. The second thing is you won't have to put in the hours. Hours, my friend, hours. Not minutes, hours. Hours is how we make our money. We'll have to put in some time. 8, 10, 12-hour days. Sorry, that's the way you make the money. And then the last thing, if you're a new Uber driver, well, if you're going to put in the hours, you got the phone mount, you got the dash cam, well, listen, it's time to buckle up and learn your market. You're going to hear decline everything. That's what a lot of people are going to tell you. You're going to hear make sure it's worth your value. You're going to hear stuff like, Uber X rides are trash. I might even say that every now and then. Don't take Uber shared rides. Don't take rides this way. Don't take rides that way. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear that. But at the end of the day, if you're a new Uber driver, you got to cut out all of the noise. Because guess what? If you don't know your market for yourself, you're not going to make no money. I'm sorry. So you got to learn your market. The easiest way to learn your market is to accept a lot of rides because it's going to take you to different parts of your market. As I always say, and I always try to be straightforward. So forgive me if I'm coming off a little harsh. But when you worked your regular job, remember what your day consisted of. Your normal day, your everyday. 9 out of 10 times, it was you woke up in the morning, you got in your car, you went to work. Maybe you stopped to get coffee, or maybe you stopped to get breakfast, which was along the way, but you went to work. When you got out of work, maybe you might have stopped and got groceries. Maybe you might have stopped and got something to eat. But 100%, you definitely left work and went home. You didn't really deter off of your path. If we being honest. 100%. Your route was your route. We all kind of go the same route. Because it was the easiest, it was the most efficient. So, how much did you really get to see what your market is? Sure, you know where the grocery store is. Sure, you know where the restaurant that you like to go to is. But how much did you really go into your neighborhood? Not really. You know, once you found that quick route, that's the route that you went. Once you found the way that you like to go, that's the way that you went. We don't really deter much from the thing, you know, it's a pattern. It's a routine. So when you start doing this Uber as a profession, as a business owner, you gotta readjust your thinking. So I recommend you accept more offers than you decline, because you're gonna learn really quickly where you like to be and where you don't like to be. It only takes like a couple rides to know I don't want to be over here. It's a lot of traffic over here. I'm good. It only takes a couple rides to know, man, I don't want to be over here because it's dead over here. It only takes a couple rides to learn, hey, oh, this is actually a good area. I see I'm getting better rides over here as opposed to being over there. You got to learn your market for yourself. And the best way, I won't say the only way, the best way to learn your market is to get out there and put in the work. So, yeah, man. If you're a new Uber driver, I hope that helps you. That is real tips. That's really how I learned my market. That's really how I've gotten to this point. Now, over time, you start to learn what areas to go to. You get more efficient. You tweak your strategy. All of that stuff comes to play. You may change your vehicle. All of that stuff comes to play. But in the very beginning, this is the stuff that helped me to actually make $100, $200, $300 when I ain't know much. But yeah, with that being said, man, I am about to be out of here. Oh, look at that. That's a little bird. I mean, I can't really show it, but can I? Let's see. Yeah, that's a little bird up there. I don't know if y'all can see that. He's right over there in the corner. But yeah, all right, let me leave the bird alone. But yeah, with that being said, man, I'm about to be out of here. I'm gonna avoid this bird because, you know, that bird might drop on me. But yeah, man, I hope that helps. If you got any questions, leave them down below. If you're not a part of the Telegram group, you should hit that link in the description. Join the group, man. Be a part of the community. But yeah, with that being said, man, I'm out of here. Deuces.